There are more. Let's get right into the three big stories of the day. All right. See, you know how we talk about electoral reform and the need to have certain things change and shift to improve our electoral process and election day, post election and post-election activity and all whatnot. Well, the Independent National Electoral Commission has proposed the use of, wait for it, computer-generated slips for voter accreditation during election. Mahmoud Yakubu, INEC chairman, disclosed this today at a meeting with the resident electoral commissioners on planning and reform, learning from the experience of the 2023 general election. Yakubu said the commission consulted widely, internally with its official and external stakeholder to identify 142 recommendations dealing with the general state of preparedness, voter management, voter education, public communication, and the electoral legal framework. The chairman said on the legal review, there are 8 recommendations that require legislative action by the National Assembly. And he went on to say that very soon, the Commission will make a presentation to the Joint Committee of the Senate and House of Representatives on electoral matters as they continue to deliberate on electoral reform. And said with the introduction of the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BVAS, the use of the permanent voters card, your PVCs, as the sole means of identification for voter accreditation on election day will be reviewed, meaning not enough. Those who already have the PVCs can still use them to vote, but going forward, computer-generated slips issued to the voter or even downloaded from the Commission website will suffice for voter accreditation. So instead of the whole hustle of the new, people trying to get their permanent voters card, besides, I did question the role the permanent voters card played. Yes, you have my data. Yes, you have my fingerprint. Yes, you have my information. Yes, you know for sure that I'm a Nigerian and I'm eligible to vote. However, on election day, I don't know what I was expecting. I was thinking, okay, collect my voters card, sweep it through one machine, blah, 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 compute it, and it shows, oh, you're imputed and go. And somebody just looked at it and that was it. And then they had to go check his sleep. I'm like, that was it? All of the trouble to get this? Wasn't it the same with you? Did they do anything spectacular with your PVC? So I can understand why they want to simplify the process with just a downloadable voter accreditation slip to saying we'll save each other the trouble. But if you have your PVC pretty much in use, that this will not only save costs, now we're talking about it, Sapa Bien Messi has kicked in, and even INEC is looking at how they would want to save costs because it's a lot of money actually to print the permanent voters card. So it will save cost. It will eliminate the issue around the collection of PVC, the diabolic practice of buying up the cards from voters in order to disenfranchise them. And said the report also contains recommendations on early special voting for the millions of Nigerians who do not vote at the moment on account of the role they play during the election. The police, the security personnel, some health workers who are, busy at work, the media who is just roving around trying to cover the reports, observers who, half the time they don't vote, but who would want to. I remember when I was privileged to go to South Africa during the election with YAIGA Africa, it was something they did. They had this special group of people vote days ahead of the main election so that, they get them out of the way. And in the US, they do that also. So he's saying, it's a recommendation they're looking at ensuring that people who've been disenfranchised would be allowed to vote ahead of the election day. And said the report also contains recommendation on early special voting. I mentioned that, didn't I? Yes, I did. They include INEC officials, security personnel, ad hoc staff, observers, journalists who are deployed outside the places where they register to vote. Now, there are also recommendations in support of diaspora voting. People like Pastor TJ in Dubai, people like, why is the name leaving my head? From Canada. Your name has left my head. I'm sorry. To Kobe. All right. I wouldn't mention any other area because I was about to go to Finland and London before I mentioned Dr. Ahmed somewhere else and the other guy from Germany. Back to the story. So, they're going to also look at the recommendation for diaspora voting to happen, then unbundling of the commission with the establishment of Electoral Offences Tribunal, a separate agency to handle registration and regulation of political parties, and similarly, The commission will set up action on voter access and distribution to polling units. So they're looking at all of this pool of recommendation that have come in to saying, how do we make the process from our end seamless, efficient, effective, and adjudged credible at the end of the day? Brilliant, right? Or what part do you have a reservation with? And I would love for the political party to introspect also and see how they can conduct themselves better and ensure that they complement the effort that the INEC is making to improve on itself as much as we, the electorate, improve on ourselves also. Because, you could have the election go seamlessly and you can have people backdoor plotting and scheming on how to disrupt the process. So it's going to be kind of like a holistic one. But part of INEC, these are some of the recommendations. These are some of the things they are keeping in view to focus on ahead of the next election cycle. And I'm a little curious, which of them are you totally excited about? You have might not change much at the end of the day. And what other recommendation do you want to present at this point in time? No, I don't have a guest with me. So feel free to call me up on 0700 951 0000 or 0809 597 4869. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon. This is Julius calling from Oklahoma.
Julius, welcome.
Hello?
We're listening to you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to believe that our problem is not in the voting process. Our problem is the collection process. So whatever solution that bringing with the voting process, I don't think that is our solution. There's a fine way of having a credible collection center. That is my suggestion.
All right. Thank you very much. But it would be nice for you to drop a little bit of your own suggestion in this pool of suggestions and recommendations. Yeah. Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome.
You see, we are only joking in this country. We are not ready to do the needful.
What part of it is funny to you, sir? I don't understand.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Put something on nothing. You see, if we want to get it right politically, we must first change the attitude of the political class. There is no system, no reform system put in place that will work in a desperate political environment, populated by desperate politicians. These politicians will continue to manipulate and circumvent the system because there is too much money in politics. Let us first make politics. Let's attack so that we will attack credible candidates. We are joking. We are not ready to do the issue. So no system will work in this system, in this present system.
Okay, then. I don't know if you had finished up your thoughts before the call dropped or that was it. Hello.
Hello, Kim. Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Mike When Wind Blows.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, what a topic you bring. Very, very interesting for me because some of the things I've been talking about, the one that is very interesting for me, that issue of, say, a separate organization in charge of party registration and all of that.
Okay.
If you observe, I've been saying INEC is a referee in our elections. And I use the game of football where the referee team or the referee council or whatever they call it are involved in how clubs emerge in a tournament and how players qualify. Kim, tell me how match fixing will not be the order of the day. So for me, if INEC is looking at, okay, the issue of how political parties emerge, even voters, Kim, now citizens, they vote.
Yeah.
And citizens, INEC lacks the capacity to determine who becomes or who qualifies as a citizen. That is why we'll be hearing issue of foreigners participating in our elections and underage voting. We have two agencies in this country that is responsible for citizenship, the National Population Commission and Nigerian Identity Management Commission. If they too can certify me as a citizen, Kim, the question is, I don't need any voters to vote. Look, Rivers just demonstrated it. If you remember, before this last Rivers local government election, the judiciary was saying, don't release the voters register. The Rivers State government and people say, we don't need it. Now we the vote. Now we get the vote. Now we go do it. I've been saying all these people who are talking about taking it back or this energy, a lot of people are dispersing it. Hello?
We can go ahead. Go ahead. I was talking to my boss in the office.
Oh, okay, sorry. So when people, the people who are supposed to be the voters, they leave citizens registration. As we speak now, Kim, we have more ghost population than documented citizens. Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
So let me tell you, Mr. President, during the recently Mr. Sorry said we have 250 million Nigerians. But ask NIMSI how many Nigerians do they have on paper? They said 110 or maybe 115. Maybe the others have added. So the other one, when NIMSI who are there, where are there? So if we want to talk about electronic voting or whatever, the smart card or the NIMSI is talking about giving us, that we can use in transacting make financial transaction. If I have an identity card that I can use in transacting financial whatever, what do I need another card to vote to vote?
Mm.
So I've been calling someone like my friend Deji. I said, look, the energy people are putting on the protest protest, it is election because the people who are going to protest against know what they are doing. Not be mistake that they do.
All right.
So if we check the process as okay, how do you come in? Voters list now we need for election, not voters registration. Voters list of citizens who are documented somewhere with like NIMSI. If you have a citizens that are documented who's interest to vote, and then we compile the list and like being in charge of who qualified to vote on all of that. For me, it's quite interesting if they can pull that through. And lastly, sorry
okay, we need to let somebody else, Mike. Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon to you, the Oracle.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Very quickly, I remain my home self on Motayo, reaching you from Galadima.
We're listening.
Thank you so much. All protocols duly observed. I greet all the callers and listeners. I greet the last caller. And the first caller also. You see, he spoke my mind. The Oracle, our problem is absolutely not the number of people that come out to vote or the number of votes that were casted at the end of the day in any election. That is not our problem at all. Our problem is, how is this votes collated? We know that at the end of the day, look, when these people that are telling you that Bola is telling you that they cannot beat this man in 2027, Tinubu in 2027, do you think they don't know what they are doing? Do you think they don't know what they are saying? It is not your vote that is their problem. You just vote. They know how to collect the votes. The collation is where the problem is now. So if you because a car is not working fine, it's not speeding well, you go and change the tires and you paint the body of the car without addressing the engine. It's a waste of time. That is a waste of effort. That's an effort in futility. So if they are changing how people want to vote, I mean, people need to use their national identity to vote or their BVN or whatsoever to vote. It's nothing. Look, it's not the quantity of people that vote. If the entire Nigeria in the whole world, let them vote for one candidate, if the ruling party or the party who has the highest bidder in the eyes of the judiciary, if they want the vote and they can settle the way the judiciary wants, because they say every man has a prize. So definitely the judges have a prize. So once they are vote, whatever vote you think at the end of the day, it's ruled in favor of whoever has settled. So that's just the case. We don't want this kind of election where you see from ECHA that has been reprinted with biro colored so much that you know that this is changing of figures, and then you take it to the law court, and the law court will tell you it's not enough evidence to declare your another candidate the winner. I mean, what kind of country are we? That's not it. Look, our problem is not
all right.
people that vote. That's not the truth.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We get your point, sir.
Changing the process.
All right then. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
I am Raphael from Life Camp.
Talk to us, Raphael.
Yeah, the issue of electoral reforms is a welcome development, but my own contribution is how to collect the results. What I mean is the voting process. The voting should not be a paper-based process. It should be digitalized in a way that a machine should be built where all the political parties will appear and we just go that way. it will give us a better way once the result on the system is then transmitted from that unit to the center. And that's all. No need of counting papers, because the issue of papers, if somebody is can overturn the result and it's done.
All right.
Hello.
We hear you, sir.
That is my own contribution.
I appreciate
To
you.
design a system whereby machine will be used, not paper.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you very much. Let's go on a quick break.
Let's talk on 95.1
Nigeria Info.
Abuja.
We're bringing back again.
Events.com and Transco Hilton Abuja presents the biggest Christmas Day family comedy show in Abuja. Christmas in the City with Peter P. Square. Featuring Akporo, Nedu, Just Too Funny, Mr. Patrick from USA, MC Mitty, Mazi Prosper, Ebenezer, MC Fresh, Shortcut, MC Bob, Francis Atella, Deborah Ofedo, and your host, Abuja spontaneous comedian, Chooks the General. Date Wednesday, 25th December 2024. Time 5 p.m. Venue Congress Hall, Transco Hilton. Tickets premium table of 10, 2 million naira. Gold table of 10, 1 million naira. VIP 20k and regular 7k. Tickets available online at apitix.com. That is apitix.com. And physically at Transco Hilton Abuja and Silverbet Cinemas. For more inquiries, please call 0817 507 5000 or 003 381 5282. Christmas in the City with Peter P. Square. Media partner. Cool FM.
I see you winning, I'm winning. We all are winning. You.
The sky is calling, and Airpeace is soaring higher than ever. We're excited to announce increased flight frequencies and more seats now available for booking on all our domestic route and our Lagos to London route. Experience the ultimate Airpeace service with convenient connections across Nigeria and beyond. Whether it's our domestic and regional flights or our London flights, your comfort and satisfaction are always guaranteed. Hurry and book now at www.flyairpeace.com via our mobile app or at any ticketing office. More flights, more seats, and endless possibilities with Airpeace. Airpeace, your peace, our goal.
What does the new Amstel Malta Sleek Can look like? Slick, draped in red and gold. And the taste? Rich and so satisfying.
Amstel Malta, made with premium quality ingredients. Now in a sleek can.
Still listening? Go get yours.
With Amstel Malta, there is always more. Be your best.
This is Hard Facts. Hard Facts.
On 95.1 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're still here on the Roundtable, taking a look at some of the big stories driving conversation. And we did start off talking about INEC and recommendations that they are considering at this point in time. And several of them I reeled out. I've been getting your opinion, your feedback about some of these conversations, these recommendations, I beg your pardon. So we'll take 1-2 more of it. Just to let you know, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. At Facebook, on YouTube, it's at Nigeria Info Abuja, at Nigeria Info Abuja. Facebook is still the same, at Nigeria Info Abuja. What do you make of the recommendations and the thoughts that INEC has shared with Nigerians as to what they are considering ahead of the next major the election in 2027. You think there's still room for more to be done? Some people are saying it's not about INEC, it's not about the number. It's about, well, some I would say INEC is important. He's the umpire, but it's not about the number of people registered or who show up, but the entire process and the political party also. You can give your recommendation also. Hello? Hello? Okay, you're not ready to speak? All right, we might as well go on to somebody else. Let's take another one quickly because I have the Kerry's response to Vice President Shetima. She's saying, I don't understand. I stand by what I said on Nigeria, and I am not doing any PR for your country. So, you guys, move along. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is Mazi from Germany.
Oh, Mazi, I was trying to remember your name, but I remember Germany. Mazi, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, my sister, look, let me tell you, for us to get it right, I mean, election process in Africa, first and foremost, we have to know exactly how many people are living in that country. How many people, citizens, foreigners, everybody must be documented. If I ask you now today, my sister, how many people are living in Abuja, you won't even know. Even the authorities don't even know how many people are living in Abuja. Where I live today, I will tell you, in a little city where I live is 82,000 people. And that 82,000 people, the city knows how many people who are foreigners like me, how many people who are, citizens who are Germans, how many people who are adults, how many people who are not adults. And every time, if a child or somebody is up to 18 years here, automatically you don't need to go to register for INEC or this and that. Automatically you become eligible to vote in the next election. So how many people are living in Abuja? How many people are living in Lagos? How many people are living in Imo State or in Owerri or somewhere in Kano? Nobody knows. And every 4 years you come and tell Nigerians that you want to conduct a free and fair election. That is where the politicians are.
Perhaps the election will be based on the function of the number of people who registered to vote. The election does not expect every single person in the country to vote. If you're registered eligible, you're interested to exercise your civic responsibility, you register, you get captured, and you vote.
You don't need to be registered. Here we are in Western civilization. You don't, as long as you are a citizen of that country, you don't need to be registered. As long as you are 18, you are automatically a registered voter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why should you go? You're in a country, your own country, and you have to be registered before you vote. That is cake. That is all. That is 150 years, system.
Automatically,
a child that is born in Nigeria, a Nigerian child, immediately you get up to 18 years, only you are an eligible voter. You don't need to go to register. That's where they make the problem.
All right.
The INEC cannot solve this problem unless the system is just change automatically, wholly. Change the system. It's not working. Conduct an election in 2027. It will be the same thing. It will never bring any fair election in Nigeria unless the system is changed.
All right, sir.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much. Hello? Oops, sorry about that. Let's hear someone else. Hello?
Hello?
You're welcome. It's Kimberly.
Oh, Kimberly, sorry. Good afternoon.
Welcome. What's your name? Same to you.
Tony Warimpa.
Welcome, Tony.
My brother from Jam. Thank you very, very much. He's right. Without accurate data, we are wasting our time. Without sincere leadership, we are wasting our time. Without prudent management, we are wasting our time. Without effective administration, we are wasting our time. Without vigilant electorate, we are wasting our time. So what happened in Ghana? Power is a pendulum. You don't keep on. The mistake in Germany, we allow people to waste our time for 16 years. Even in America, it's not in Ghana. But in Ghana, NDP is likely to Republican.
NDC is lacking to the Democratic Party in America. Our team, the Democratic Party, can we lacking on to the Republicans or NDA or Democrats? No, because our own stand for nothing. We stand for rigging, for corruption and nothing. Look at Boala insulting us in security, and we are going to vote him. If he does not sit up, his current president does not sit up and perform. If he thinks he can take us for a ride on the men, we are wasting our time. Our eyes are open. Nigerian people will vote him out unless he takes a new leaf.
All right.
Do the right thing. He don't be talking anyhow and to our people, talk down on us, insult us, and insult us to
Sorry about that. And let's hear you next. Hello. Welcome to the show. I hear you. Welcome.
Thank you. Even though I didn't start it from the beginning, I'm just coming in, but I know that they're talking about maybe INEC. What I want to ask is it Mahmoud Yakub?
Tyra, since you didn't get it, so that we don't just go on one trajectory, INEC is, presented certain recommendations ahead of the 2027 election, and that they're considering diaspora voting, allowing for, setting essential workers to vote ahead of election day, to allow also for the use of a downloadable voter accreditation slip instead of all of the hustle and bustle around the PVCs, and a few other of these recommendations, so that we don't just go criticizing Mahmoud and all of that, to clinically looking at some of the recommendations and seeing how you can improve the electoral process.
Okay. First of all, like what you have said now, for me, the first thing I would have even said is that I don't want anybody to be the one to choose our what do you call it? INEC chairman for us. They should look for another means so that the president will not be the one to put in there. Secondly, the collation, that's where the whole thing comes from. Because if it's making, I will say option A4. Now we'll be casting somebody. Not even need to go and say, you will see this person, I will see him in my community. In my community, I know who we are. We know ourselves. So option A4, we start this one vote, this one, the counter. That would have been the best option. Option A4. So that when you now see those people that they used to put in their names and all those things and all this, you will now know that it's not option A4. But this is not going to happen. Then collation from that after voting, they carry it and then go to that there where they say they are collecting them before they now take it to the headquarters of the state. So this is where the whole problem is. If they can wipe it out from that voting center there, straight to the airport where they were announcing, so that everybody would have known that this one, party A has taxes, this one has 20, this one has 10. So from get to the airport where they were announcing, so that you will not be hearing it. But this collation, after voting, they now take it to that their setting for that collation. The collation is the problem for me. And for me, to be honest with you, Kim, I don't even see anything that can work in this country. Even guys who are voting and all, I don't see anything that can work in this. Because everything they do, they've already planned this year and they are going to make it work for them.
All right.
I'm telling you the truth. They will not follow us. Still, you were here 2023. This man was going all over the whole world, telling them that he's going to give us electronic voting. On that day, there was technical glitch. People here, people in the Chatham House. So, for me, not saying it now, we are used to these stories every time. Let them, I prefer option A4.
All right, Tyra. Thank you very much.
That collation is to wipe it out completely. From that center where we vote, straight to that place where they will announce it. So that if it's starting that you got there, you go there and say 50, people will oppose. Not even only the agents. Because the party agents, they need to give them money, they bribe them.
Wow. All right, then. Thank you very much, Tyra. Heard your piece, and Tyra is recommending an option A4. You queue up where you're going to vote. We know you, know by sight. Open ballot. And quite interesting. All right, let's throw in another story. And this time around, Kemi's got something to say. Apparently, she's been saying quite a lot. Well, first off, Abike Dabri says she wanted to get in touch with Kemi Badenoch, and Kemi snubbed her. And then, Kemi said several things about the immigrant, about Africans, about Pakis, and about Nigeria, precisely. And our vice president felt, Kemi. It's as if we'll collect that name from you and you go and bear something else. Because you can't be bearing Kemi and be saying these things about where Kemi came from. And Kemi gave her own reply back, actually. But let's get to listen to the vice president.
Facebook. The co-founder of Facebook was Eduardo Luis Sabirin, born in Sao Paulo, Brazil, of Jewish Brazilian ancestry. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, was a migrant from South Africa. He owns SpaceX and now X, formerly Twitter. I can name names. Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, is worth over $30 billion. He's of Russian background. Rupert Murdoch, the chief executive of News Corp, is of Australian descent. Madeleine Albright, who became the United States Secretary of State, was of Czech origin. Steve Chen, the co-founder of YouTube, is originally from Taiwan. Immigrants build nations and immigrants build civilizations. One of the men in the front seat here has a thriving business in Namibia. He lived in Australia for over a decade, adding value to the Australian economy. Hence, there is a need for us to respect and cherish immigrants. Migrants are the source of life in all societies. Rishi Sunak, the former British Prime Minister, is originally from India. A very brilliant young man. He never denigrated his nation of ancestry, nor poured venoms on India. Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the British Labour or Conservative Party. We are proud of her, in spite of her efforts at denigrating her nation of origin. She is entitled to her own opinions. She has even every right to remove the Kemi from her name. But that does not underscore the fact that the greatest black nation on earth is the nation called Nigeria. 1 out of every 3-4 black men is a Nigerian. And by 2050, Nigeria will surpass the United States, will be the 3rd most populous nation on earth. 1 out of every 3 black men will be a Nigerian.
Well, Vice President, I hope we have the roads, the hospitals, the clinics, and the facility to carry that number that you so sweetly bragged about. But then, Kemi can remove her name if she pleases, and but don't say things and don't disparage at this point in time. Kemi Badenoch has defended her remark about Nigeria following criticism from the country's Vice President Kashim Shettima, who accused her of disparaging her heritage. The Conservative Party leader, who was born in the UK, spent much of her youth in Nigeria, has spoken about living with fear and instability in a country she described as plagued by corruption. Ouch. Now, on Monday, Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima proposed that Badenoch might remove the name Kemi from her name if she did not feel pride in her nation of origin. That's what he implied. Now, according to the BBC on Wednesday, in response to Shettima's suggestion that she should remove Kemi from her name, a spokesperson for Badenoch said she stands by what she says and emphasized that she is not Nigeria's public relations representative. She leads the opposition and takes great pride in her role in this country. She speaks the truth and she presents things as they are, and will not soften her words just to massage anybody's ego. Shettima's remark came during a speech on migration in Abuja, where he stated that his administration remained proud of Badenoch in spite of what he described as her attempt to denigrate her country of origin. He compared her stance to that of Rishi, and you heard all of these things, so there's no point just going all over or what she said. Kemi Badenoch born Olukemi Adegoke in Wimbledon in 1980. Or is it Wimbledon? In 1980, spent her childhood in Lagos before moving to the United Kingdom, where her mother worked as a physiology professor. She later returned to the UK at 16 to reside with a friend of her mother due to Nigeria's political and economic challenges, and pursued her A-level. And after marrying her Scottish banker husband, she adopted the husband's sole name. And earlier this year, at the Conservative Party conference, Kemi Badenoch drew a sharp contrast between the freedom she found in the UK and the fear she felt growing up in Lagos, where fear was everywhere, she said. Last week, during a visit to the US, she described her hometown as a place where almost everything seemed broken. Her experience played a significant role in shaping her conservative belief and positioning her against socialism, she said. Kemi. Why do you hurt us so much? But then she said what she said. You know, I feel at this point that Doja Cat did that song for her. Said what I said. Guys, move along. We have other things to contend with, like a growing number and poor infrastructure. Hello.
I support her. What she said, like, she did not deny it. Even I read in one of the spokespersons speaking for her, saying that, what is it that she said that is not true? Let me tell you the truth. This aspect of when somebody go outside the country, they want the person to say that, oh, Nigeria is the best. I did not see what is going on here. People are leaving this country, migrating to other countries. Why? Why don't you have good leaders? Why? That's what they should be asking themselves.
Do we have good people, Tyra? Do we have good people? Would you say, oh, the Nigerian people are good, but the leaders are bad?
The leaders are bad. They are wicked. They are evil.
Are the people good, amazing, excellent, and honest?
It is the bad government that brings bad character that follows them. Yes.
So chicken and egg. It is not the bad people who produce bad leaders. So bad leaders somehow, they're like open sesame and badness spread all over the land.
Change. If you have a good leader, an honest leader, an accountable leader, a leader who, if we have a system of accountability, that somebody comes in, he knows that if he makes this, if he's still or is corrupt, the way these people are doing.
All right, Tyra, you said what you said. Thank you very much. Hello. Okay, this one is still negotiating money in the market, so we might as well move on to someone else. Hello.
Auntie Kim, good afternoon, ma.
You are welcome, ma'am.
How is work, ma?
I can't complain.
Hello, ma.
Go ahead, ma'am. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Ozo Desmond, a.k.a. Bishop. I'm calling from Airport Road.
Oh, sir, I'm very sorry. Go ahead.
I want to talk about the issue of what INEC chairman is, whether he's saying or he's suggesting. Understand?
Recommendations, yeah.
See, Auntie Kim, but mark my word today. This thing is another strategy to rig 2027 election. They know that the reform that they did during Buhari, they told us that they will transfer electronically all this. Did they follow it? And they know that Nigerians are ready. Nigerians are ready to make them do the right thing. We are bringing this, suggesting all this thing again to divert our mind, and they will still do their manual thing. Oh, another one I'm telling you, under this government of APC, and to me, is my own opinion, my sister, nothing good will ever happen. The get best way go be saying now that in government they told this person I will believe. But under APC government is another strategy. They are strategizing in rigging 2027 election.
Okay.
You remember what I told? Nothing new. They can't do anything.
All right, sir.
We never even solve the problem of the ones here. Never even manage the population of the ones in Nigeria. It is those that are in diaspora. I understand my point.
I'm listening. Thank you very much. Hello? Your radio is on.
Good evening.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. I don't tell what I say. I wake up wake up, but I be either morning or in the afternoon.
It's good.
Listen to the line of the last caller. like we have always said, nothing, absolutely nothing will change, except the restructure that INEC. In fact, is it how does Obasanjo put it? That's just the only solution. You understand? So all these shouting up and down will not solve anything. You put the right people in the positions of authority. If not, yeah. And I also want to advise Nigeria: don't stop calling APC government. Nothing will happen. Take Tinubu in and so nothing will change. Let me leave it there, Jerry.
All right, it's a good place to leave it because we need to run and pay some bills. So stay with us, 95.1 Nigeria Info.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Back again. Events.com and Transco Hilton Abuja presents the biggest Christmas Day family comedy show in Abuja. Christmas in the City with Peter P. Square. Featuring Akboro, Nedu, Just Too Funny, Mr. Patrick from USA, MC Miti, Mazi Prosper, Ebenezer, MC Fresh, Shortcut, MC Bob, Francis Atella, Deborah Ofedo, and your host, Abuja spontaneous comedian, Chooks the General. Date Wednesday, 25th December 2024. Time 5 p.m. Venue Congress Hall, Transco Hilton. Ticket Premium Table of 10, 2 million naira. Gold Table of 10, 1 million naira. VIP 20k and regular 7k. Tickets available online at apitix.com. That is APITIX.com. And physically at Transco Hilton Abuja and Silverbet Cinemas. For more inquiries, please call 0817 507 5000 or 0803 381 5282. Christmas in the City with Peter P. Square. Media partner Cool FM.
I see you winning, I'm winning, we all are winning.